Hi everyone. So in this video, we will learn how can we install Jenkins on our EC2 machines, and we can have the Jenkins CY, and we can create our first pipeline. We can run like whatever the pipeline you have to run. You can do your CI/CD work, correct? So you can fetch the Jenkins pipeline from your GitHub repo or GitLab repo, and we can run accordingly. So we will see installation steps and how can we create your user and all those things over the AWS EC2 machines, correct? So let me move to the AWS console and let's get into the EC2 console to follow all the steps to create your like Jenkins and installation of that. You can get into the repo here. That's the public repo. You can get into install Jenkins on EC2. You can follow all these steps. So we will do the similar thing here. So that's my public repo here. You can get the steps as well. So let's click on the instance creation and we will create one instance here. And then moving forward, we will install the Jenkins and we will configure the user and we will see how can we add existing EC2 as well in your Jenkins machine. So let me create one EC2 machine with the name of Jenkins and we'll go with the similar kind of configuration to what we have used till now. So I will go with the T2 medium here just for your reference. So let's go with the T2 medium and the Jenkins keep here. I will be selecting the one what I have created already. You can create your own based on your use case and you can get with that, correct? So I have just used the one what I have. You can change your network configuration like the VPC, subnets, and the IP address. We will keep it as enable because we have to use the public EC2 machine. If you want to edit it, you can click here in on the edit section and you can change the details, correct? And a security group, I'm creating the one as a Jenkins SG that I will give the name. Okay. And the description, let's keep it Jenkins SG only. Nothing more. And we are okay with that. So, furthermore, moving forward, we will require the port 8080. We will configure that later on, correct? So let's move with the default configuration still now. Click on the launch instance. Okay, so it will take a few seconds. The installation will be ready, and then we will move with the all the steps what we have mentioned in this public repo, correct? Okay, so we have this EC2 instance here. I will connect this EC2 from the AWS cloud only. I can add this from our command prompt as well, but let me connect over here only. So click on the connect, and then we will do that sudo yum install. So that's our first command actually here. You see. It's sudo yum update -y, and then we will add the Jenkins repo, and furthermore we'll upgrade that, and then we will do the Java installation. Then installation of Jenkins we will do that, correct? So let me do the sudo su first, then sudo. Or we are already into the root user, so I can directly move sudo update -y that we can run. It's done. Then we will let me drag it over down. Okay. Now further moving, we have another steps like we will be adding this particular Jenkins repo on our EC2 machine so that we can install it later on after installing the Java, correct? So this one is done. And then we will do the sudo RPM to have the key file from the Jenkins CI. Okay. Okay, so that is also done. Then we will do the upgrade, sudo yum upgrade, and further moving forward, we will do the Java installation. Okay, so that is also done. Then we will install this sudo dnf install Java. So these are the commands you can directly get it from the repo. So I'm not going with that. This one is also done. Then we will do the sudo yum install Jenkins, and then we will do the enable and start. So Java installation is happening right now. So once it will be done, we will go with the installation of the Jenkins. Okay. Okay. So this one is done. Let me move forward with the next command sudo yum install Jenkins -y. We don't require sudo as well here because we are already with the root user, but yeah, we can do the sudo as well here. So sudo is basically being used for your having the root kind of permission so that you won't be having like there's a permission deny or kind of that kind of thing. Okay, so that is also done. Now, if you want to see whether your Jenkins is running or not, you will see that Jenkins is not running. So if you run sudo systemctl status Jenkins, you will see nothing is there. It's disabled, correct? If you see Jenkins service is disabled. So first we will have to enable this sudo systemctl enable Jenkins enable, and once enable is done, so we will start the Jenkins service here. Start Jenkins. And then once installation is done, start Jenkins will be started. And once Jenkins will be started, we will go with the checking of the status of the Jenkins. Status Jenkins, and you can see here your Jenkins is running. And you can get the Jenkins CY after hitting the application, sorry, public IP URL of this EC2 machine. But before that, we will have to enable the security as well here, correct? So right now, if you see the security inbound rule, so it says there is a permission for SSH only, correct? SSH port 22, that's the permission here. So we will edit this security group as well, but let me click on the public IP address before, and you will see that here. So we are going with the HTTP right now. We don't have any HTTPS. So let me do the HTTP and then a port 8080 because our Jenkins will listen on port 8080. So 8080 I will have to enable here. So let me get into a security group. Okay, I will click on the edit inbound rules and add rule. I will have to select HTTP here, HTTP, and then 00. And one more thing, I will do custom TCP. And the port I will be passing as 8080. And the 00 as our source. Click on the save. Now you should see your Jenkins dashboard. So we have this Jenkins dashboard, and to start with it, we will get into this path and we will have to fetch the initial admin password, correct? So I will move to this path on our EC2 machine. So let me do the, yeah, catch, and then we will get the password. Then we click on the enter, and this is the password which is has been provided by Jenkins, like from the Jenkins steps already, correct? So let me do the copy. We will pass the password over here, and we will get into the Jenkins UI. Says it will show us for some plugins. Yeah, you can see install suggested plugins. So we'll go with the installation of suggested plugins. So this plugin installation will take a bit of time. So I'm stopping the video in between, and we will resume again. Installation is when is at the end. So yeah, you will see that it will ask us to create one admin user here once the installation will be done. So yeah, just wait for a few seconds. So okay, that is done. So it's asking for create first admin user. So I'll be creating one admin user with my name only, Manish, and the password I will be passing as per my convenience. You can have your own password. Then confirm password, and then you can pass your full name and the email address. So I'm going with this. Save and continue. So yeah, save and finish. That's the Jenkins URL. Start using Jenkins. And now you have the Jenkins ready. So you can create your first pipeline, or you can get into the configure a cloud, correct? So install a plugin and all those things you can do. So available plugins you can, if you are using the AWS cloud, you can go with the your Amazon EC2, and you can have that plugin, correct? So that you can use it for the install, and then install after restart. So we don't want to this install after restart. So I will just get with installation. So you can go with the install after restart if you don't have any pipeline or anything else. So as per your convention, you can do that. So for now, I'm doing the installation only. So it's being installed. All the plugins related to EC2 are being installed, correct? So you will see these are being installed. So okay, so that has been done. Now you can get like you can do the you can manage your Jenkins from here. There are if you want to create any of the pipeline, you can click on the new item. You can pass your name like first pipeline, and then you can select the pipeline. If you have multiple branches and you want to go with the multiple branch pipeline, so you can go with the multi-branch pipeline, or you can simply go with the pipeline. Click on the OK. And here you can pass the description, and then you can go with the GitHub project, or like whatever you pass, correct? So you can go with that, and you can create, either you can go with the pole SCM, you can pass your Git repo, and with the help of that you can create, or you can write your pipeline script here as well. Or you can go with the pipeline script for a machine. Here you will have to pass your git, and in the Jenkins file you will have to pass the repository URL or where your Jenkins pipeline has been written, correct? And you can create one credential like the personal access token for your GitHub or the GitLab, and that credential you can use here, and you can specify your branches here. Either you can go with the master, or you want to go with your dev branch or test branch, whatever the branch name you have. Additionally, you can do that, and you can save that, and that pipeline will run. Right? So you can do that kind of thing. If you have any EC2 already running on your AWS cloud, and you want to configure that AWS EC2 machine, and just like that, that particular EC2 machine will work as a slave machine here in the Jenkins, you can do that as well here. So get into the nodes, you can click on the new node, and you can pass the name of the node, like I'm just passing that demo EC2, and click on the type as a permanent agent. And here you can pass, use this node as much as possible, or if you can do that, only build jobs with labels. So if you want to run your EC2 machine based on certain level, you can do that here as well. You can keep your, like, there are availability options, so there are multiple options. Either you can run it based on your job, or you can keep this slave machine up forever, correct? Keep this agent online as much as possible, so you can go with that. How do you want to launch your in that EC2 machine? So either you can log in into that EC2 machine by SSH, or there are multiple options you can do. So if you want to go it through the SSH, like if you have EC2 machine and you want to configure that EC2 machine in this Jenkins, so you can pass the host, that is your IP address of the EC2 machine. You can pass the credentials. So to pass the credentials, you can create your PAM key, correct? If you are going with the SSH authentication, so you will require the PAM key, correct? So for that, you can create credentials, and the credentials you can store all those details related to PAMK, and then you can configure that over here, and it will launch your EC2 machine in the AWS cloud. How can you get into the credentials? So that thing you can do in the Manage Jenkins. Let me leave this section, and then in the Jenkins Manage Jenkins section, you have the credential provider options, correct? So here from here, not from here, you can get into this configure credentials. Configure credential. Yeah. Here you can click on the system, and you can click on the add domain, not on the domain, it's global credentials and restricted. Add credentials. There are multiple options. Either you can go with the user with name with the password, or you have to do for your EC2 machine as we talked. So you can go with the SSH username with private key, and you can pass all the details over here, and that will be used for connecting your EC2 machine, and that will work as a slave machine for your Jenkins, correct? So this is how you can use the Jenkins, and you can install Jenkins over EC2 machine. You can create your first pipeline, and you can do the work of CI/CD. So that's in this video. We will come up with more detailed configuration and detailed discussion on the Jenkins in the next video. Thank you. Till that time, bye bye.